Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and it's that time again. We are doing some more live commentary inside of Titanfall 2, and today we're going to be rocking and rolling with the car, or as I've decided to call this class, the CARnage. I actually just recently picked up the car and started really giving it a go. I made my way up to Gen 2.5 with it. You know, I was really having a lot of fun with the R97. I was having a lot of fun getting into SMGs again since I stepped away from the alternator way back, like, early days of Titanfall 2, so I figured it'd be fun to do a bit of live commentary, talk a little bit about the car, how I feel about it now that I've put some time in with it. We're also going to run Pulse Blade rather than Stim, and a lot of you guys are going to be like, Tony, but you always run Stim. I know I always run Stim, and in an attempt to further boost my mobility skills, I'm stepping away from Stim for a little bit, going to run Pulse Blade, just, I guess, beef up my awareness and, you know, see what I can do mobility-wise. So let's get right into a match of good old-fashioned Attrition. Unfortunately, I haven't been playing much bounty hunt lately, guys. Been making my way into Attrition for a lot of stuff. Just really working on my slide hopping and my air strafing, and I don't know. I guess I just needed a break from bounty hunt, which was a big part of why I did that bounty hunt video. You know, I really do want to see that mode I want to see it worked on. You know, I want to see some things sort of tweaked and you know, evolved to make it a better experience. Let's go ahead and run some Scorch, just because Scorch, man. I've been just really all over Scorch lately. I don't know why. I missed the early days when I could just slaughter fools with Scorch left and right before everybody was running Tone. So I'm gonna try and relive that, even if it means a lot of deaths. This isn't actually a terrible map for that. Crash Site's a-okay, you know. It's not terrible for Scorch. There's definitely some really great positioning opportunities. Thinking we're really in a bad position here, though, so I'm gonna just try and peace out for a second and then push our way back in. They had 3 or 4 guys who actually split mid, so we're playing in a pretty good room. You want to know how you can tell? Because everyone didn't just immediately rush up center spawn, which is what most people do on Crash Site, which is why most people hate Crash Site. you can't get that sheep feed going, you know. You gotta get the good flanks. Oh, like that guy right there, playing it smart, man. They're playing it smart. This could be one of the closer matches I've had for live commentary. I'm really excited about this. The anticipation is rising. Let's see how it turns out, though. So the big thing about the car for me, and you know, this is one of the things that really applies to all of the weapons in Titanfall 2, is just how it hip fires. It's a bit different from the R97. The R97 genuinely feels like a shorter barreled weapon. I think Respawn did such an outstanding job with their gun handling, in that you really can feel the difference. You know, in my opinion, you can feel the difference in the length of the weapons and, you know, really just how they've been designed to handle. And I like that. I like that. But that means that the car, it just feels a bit different, you know? There's a bit to get used to. Oh, with the execution. Getting our neck snapped. You know, these guys are ninjaing it up, dude. I like it. I like it. It's going to be a feisty match. Let's try and get some AI cleanup going here. Give our team a little bit of a boost to our score. Be conscious of both parts of the battle here in Attrition, and hopefully get our Titan on ground soon. So I think that added length of the weapon, you know, that does kind of lend itself to this SMG's overall accuracy at a distance. You really can get some nice burst fires, some tap fires off, and really clean up targets at range, which is fantastic. Feels good, you know, when you do land those. Someone's busting out the EPG here. I like it. Fortunately, we didn't end up cleaning up the kill. I really thought that was a player breaking out like a DMR there or something. So I'm not really afraid to ADS with this thing. You know, I mean, it's so pinpoint. It almost seems like sometimes there's a huge benefit to doing so. And that's kind of how I learned with the R97. I was talking a bit about that on stream today. You know, I just got comfortable with the R97. I played with it however I felt I needed to play with it to be successful. I didn't worry too much about... Oh, man. I just got caught up in the fray there. I didn't worry too much about whether I was ADSing or hipfiring. I just went with what worked, and then eventually I worked my way into just being really potent with hipfire. And before I knew it, the R97 was sort of my thing, man. I was really tearing people up with it. I liked it. I was having a lot of fun with it, seeing a lot of success with it, so hopefully I can make my way there with the car as well. This is obviously one of the better SMGs in the game, especially at launch, and I just kind of neglected it. You know, I went full on alternator. There was a point in time when the alt was like God mode for me. In fact, I'm still sitting at like 10 hours played with the ult. It's still my most played weapon, my most kills weapon in Titanfall 2. Nothing has come close to it yet, anyways. I'm thinking if anything does, it'd probably be the R97 down the road. I'm still kind of, you know, hopping around. I haven't really been neither here nor there. That guy jumped right into that fire star, unfortunately for him. Probably get our Titan on the ground here, see if we can't support our team a little bit. So used to having stim, I just went to initiate stim. We're not even on our own Titan either. I went to initiate stim and I went ahead and threw my freaking pulse blade out. Alright. We definitely got a guy coming around the flank here. They're going to be pushing around the backside. Looks like our team got the clean up there, so let's push up mid again. Not really mid, let's push up the side here. We just got a solid set of teammates here. Solid set on both sides. Fortunately, we got a nice advantage going right here with our early Titanfall. Our team's still sitting on a big cache of Titans too, so they can all get theirs in, and we're still going to have a pretty solid lead over them. Alright, we got one more in, two more to drop still. There's another guy right there, in fact, and we got a tone. Lots of tones lately, guys. Lots of tone, lots of hemlock, lots of devotion. So we're gonna have to tango with that. There's no doubt about it. Just gonna try and drop a few mortar rounds back that way. See if we can't get some long-range hits on this tone. That was a well-placed smoke from our tone there. Tone on tone action. Let's see if we can't get some support going here. I'm just going to take the damage, going for the flank. Get that execution. Old school. Scorched chassis. Here we go. Oh, there we go. We got a nice cleanup with the firewall there, though. We did actually get 1-2 players. We ended up wounding that Ronin as much as we could. That was a good bit of support from that Ronin. He came in a bit late to help out his tone, but we still got the kill, man. We still got the cleanup there. You know, it's all good. Keeping those Titans even. That's the biggest thing about getting early Titanfall, in my opinion. A lot of you guys ask me actually, like, Tony, what about Titan timing? How do you feel about it? The biggest thing is really to not let your team just nuke and waste their Titans. Because the moment that happens, that's the moment that the other team starts to push that lead. And they've got Titans on the field. You've got to wait for your Titans to build. You're way behind at that point. And unless you go and farm hard, you're going to be screwed for the most part. And that's where a lot of matches are won and lost. So that's really just about making sure when you do drop your Titans, you're making the most of them. You're getting as much damage. Stand still, man. I can get you. You're getting all feisty and crazy. No, I can't get you. Get that radar jammer up. I've really been digging radar jammer lately. Just kind of shutting them down, making sure they don't really have the vision they need. Giving my team, the opportunity to really hide when we're down as pilots. I feel like it's a pretty powerful ability that, you just don't think too much on because it's not really directly connected to getting kills, but I think there's some value there for sure. Just get a couple more hits there, we can get our Scorch in. I've really been trying to work on the Titan timing stuff too. Like I was talking with you guys about just being a little bit more conscious of working hard to build my Titan when it's necessary to get support on the ground for my team. Because I think that's one of my personal weaknesses as a teammate that I just need to do away with. So really been conscious about, okay, how many Titans do they have? How many Titans do I have? Where's this going? What do we need to do to get our guys on the field quicker, to get my Titan on the field? And of course being a little bit more careful about when I go in, because I might think I have the best setup ever, right? Like, oh, I can go in and clean house right now, but I really want to avoid, like I was saying, avoid wasting a good Titan and letting their team end up getting a big old stack, you know, because that's never good. There we go. Nice quick cleanup. Get rid of that auto Titan. Obviously, making calls like that is never good, and that's the kind of stuff that I really wanted to avoid doing. I'm just going to go ahead for the pilot kills here. Unfortunately, we're not even going to get those. Just a little bit too close to get the range that I was hoping for. You think this guy sees us? I don't think he does. Now he does. Now he definitely does. I'm surprised he wasn't just going in for the punch, but he got us eventually. Look at that. We got a solid team going here. Top 3. You know, a couple of guys tapering off towards the bottom, but not a lot, no carrying going on. This is just a nice match. I've been having some good matches lately. I think, you know, we're kind of reaching that point where the player base is starting to sort of level itself out to some degree, if that makes any sense. We're seeing a lot of people now getting to similar skill levels. Even if it means they're rocking and rolling with Tone all day long, I don't care, you know. The closer the matches are, the happier I am. That's the big thing. It always has been the big thing. Crash Site is probably one of the harder maps that I push for mobility on, you know, to really... Man. That's a little bit of what I was talking about, guys. You know, my personal struggle there with the accuracy currently on the car is that long barrel feel. It makes it rotate at sort of a different speed when you're looking left to right, and I struggle with that. I don't know what it is, but I struggle to get the precision down. You know, obviously, when you're playing with a controller, you feel like you're pivoting in a weird way. So you gotta find that sweet spot. You gotta find the pressure that you have to apply, and you gotta build that muscle memory for each and every weapon. And I did it for the R97, so we're gonna keep working at the car over the next couple days before. Basically, I'm working towards my car guide here. If you guys can't tell, I usually do these live comms when I'm about to work on a guide of some sort. Looks like that Reaper is gonna give us the support there. So keep an eye out for that, because that'll be dropping very soon. And then I'm thinking I'm going to do a full-on CARnage-based loadout. That's going to be really fun. Something a little bit more aggressive, something a little bit more, you know, pilots versus pilots oriented, but obviously that will really work well inside of Titan versus Titan stuff. We might even run another loadout with Smart Pistol for the sake of farming. I actually really liked the way that worked out for the Kraber guide. The Kraber loadout, I should say. Being able to run Smart Pistol to farm so we could avoid having an anti-Titan weapon and just, you know, really boost getting our Titan on the battlefield as quickly as possible. That was a lot of fun. And that was a damn solid match. Not too shabby, guys. Again, minion kills. I'm trying to get those minion kills up in Attrition, man. It really does mean a lot when you can push to get your Titan on the field. And we won that simply by having better Titanfall. We had more Titans on the field more often. You just can't ask for more than that. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Bit of live commentary today with the CARnage. I guess as you could call it. We need like a black camo for this. No, it's red. CARnage was red. I'm thinking Marvel for a second here. Nonetheless, guys, let me know what you guys have been thinking of the car. A lot of you guys have probably been using it since day one. I'm just recently stumbling into its glory. Obviously, it sits in a different position these days with the R97 being so potent and so powerful. And I'm very interested to see where things go once we get the patch update with Livefire, which, who knows when Livefire will be here. Hopefully sooner than later. You can definitely expect to find my coverage of it here on the channel, along with my updated state of the game, with all the weapon balancing and changes that we'll be seeing alongside of the Livefire update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Get on out there, give the car a try if you've neglected to use it much like I have. Any thoughts of your own, as always, feel free to share them down in the comment section below. I'm still working on that new closer, so I'll see you in the next one.